I said salute to the untouchable True School Sports Empire,
That's
taking
right, the
over
untouchable.
not only the South Florida boxing scene, but the worldwide boxing scene.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I did get a chance to watch a little bit of this fight. It was a fight that I was very interested about because it was viewed to be a pretty even fight going in. In fact, a lot of the betting companies and the odds makers had this fight as even money. I saw William Zepeda versus Jojo Diaz as even money on a lot of the odds makers. So just on that alone, I thought it was interesting because that doesn't happen a lot in boxing. And obviously, there's been a lot of buzz about William Zepeda. He's a Mexican fighter who's been picking up decent wins. He's beating guys like Hector Tanajara and Rene Alvarado. But, on paper, this was believed to be against Jojo Diaz, his biggest test to date. And, I've had my questions about William Zepeda because I knew he had a great engine. I knew that William Zepeda, as far as volume, was great. But, man, I got to say, oftentimes they say that pressure makes diamonds, that sometimes when you get a fighter and you put them in a situation where they're fighting someone of higher quality, they're gonna show themselves. They're gonna show different tools because now they have to because they're fighting better competition, and that's what happened. William Zepeda, not only did William Zepeda beat Jojo Diaz, and not only did he win a workmanlike performance against Jojo Diaz, this man made history. Like Canelo says, escribiendo la historia. He made history. He broke the CompuBox record for the most punches thrown in a lightweight fight. Now, when we talk about being busy and having a high punch output, there's having a high punch output, and then there's William Zepeda. He threw, according to CompuBox, 1,536 punches. I will repeat that again. 1,536 punches. There were even some rounds in this fight where William Zepeda threw upwards of 150 plus punches a round. And you don't really see that in boxing today. So I thought he did a great job of fighting at a sustained pace through the fight. It was, and from the Jojo Diaz side of things, I'm very disappointed in Jojo because Jojo Diaz, I thought he performed pretty good against Devin Haney last year. So I actually expected a lot better from him in this fight. He came in with the game plan, his normal game plan, which is to, come in the high guard and try to implement that catch and counter style. And against Zepeda, it just wasn't going to work because Zepeda's output was way too much. And the thing about it, it wasn't that he was just throwing a lot of punches. A lot of these punches were jabs. So Zepeda did a great job, I thought, of working consistently behind that jab. And, if Jojo was going to beat him, he was either going to have to find some space to land some hard counter punches to get his respect, or he was going to have to start turning him and making him reset so that punch output could drop down. And neither one of those things happened, so he winds up losing another fight in his career. And William Zepeda scores the biggest win of his career. So the way I see it now, he's been in the rankings for about, William Zepeda has been on my radar for about 2 years. I've been seeing his name in the rankings and been watching him fight for about the last 2 years now. But to me now, I think we can officially say William Zepeda has arrived. He is a player in this lightweight division. And you know what? There's a lot of fights I want to see him in. I know he's not a big name, but I'll tell you this. If you're a fighter who isn't a hard, aggressive counterpuncher, who's not packing big knockout power, if you're not that type of fighter, or if you're not the type of fighter that has good feints and can box and move all night, this guy is a tough out. Any man who can throw 1,500 punches a fight, that's a pain in the ass. You better come in shape when you fight William Zepeda. You better come in shape. You better not overlook him because he's the kind of guy that'll run your ass right out the ring and make your life a living hell. And I know a lot of people want to see Ryan Garcia fight Gervonta Davis, and it's probably the biggest fight that could be made in boxing, or one of them. But if we can't get that fight, then I really feel like Golden Boy needs to look in house and look at this fight happening, because I really feel like this fight will tell us a lot about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia versus William Zepeda, I think would be a great fight. William Zepeda, has crazy punch output. Ryan Garcia has crazy knockout power and can put you out with that left hook and a number of different types of punches. You know, something would have to give in that fight. It would be precision meets speed. You know, which one would have its way on the night. I think that'd be a great fight. But Williams Pitta, I think he's the guy now that when we talk about the lightweight division, you know, we can't just talk about you know, Devin Haney and Lomachenko and the usual suspects. You know, I think we got, just like Jermaine Ortiz made a name for himself last night, I think Williams Pitta made a name for himself last night. And truth be told, I would like that fight. If that's a fight that can get done, I wouldn't mind seeing Jermaine Ortiz duke it out with Williams Pitta. You know, and I don't know if Jermaine Ortiz has the stamina in the back half of a fight to deal with Williams Pitta, but man, his boxing skills are you know, are at a world class, creme de la creme, top shelf level, as he showed in the Lomachenko fight. So yeah, Jojo Diaz. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't know how much further Jojo Diaz can go. You know, I like him. Obviously, Jojo Diaz has had a fantastic career. You know, he's been world champion. You know, Jojo is 29 years old, so he's not old. He's not old, but you know, you really do kind of begin to question how much further can Jojo Diaz go in the sport of boxing? Because if we look at it, right, and I'm not writing him off. I don't want to be that guy that throws a guy under the bus because he lost 2 fights in a row. I hate that when it comes to fighters. So, but it's a genuine question. It's a genuine question. It's a genuine concern I have. You know, how much further could he go in this lightweight division? You know, Jojo Diaz, when we look at his lightweight resume, since he decided to move up, you know, we're looking at, you know, Rachmanov, draw. That was a close fight. A lot of people thought he lost that fight. He beat Fortuna. You know, had the fight with Devin where he performed well, but, you know, he lost that fight. And then he allows Williams Pitta to make history against him and throw damn near 2,000 punches. So, you know, I think Jojo's a capable fighter, and he can still win at that level. I still think there's some guys in the rankings he can beat at 135, but there's gotta be an adjustment. There's gotta be a paradigm shift in his strategy, because I think fighting this catch and counter style against, you know, guys like Devin Haney, Williams Pitta, it hasn't worked out for him, and it won't work out for him if he continues fighting in this weight class. So there's definitely good fights out there for him. I think a good crossroads fight for Jojo to see where he's at would be him versus George Kambosos Jr. They're both coming off 2 straight losses. They both have been champion before. Obviously, Jojo's never been champion at this weight class. He was champion at 130 when he beat Tevin Farmer. But I think Jojo against George Kambosos would be a brilliant fight in this weight class next year. But one thing's for sure and 2 things for certain: he needs to make some adjustments. But hey, shout out to Williams Pitta. He's made a big name for himself. I would love to see him mix up with a lot of guys in this weight class. You know, Maxie Hughes is in the rankings. Maxie Hughes, Jermaine Ortiz, George Kambosos. I think Isaac Cruz is going to be a firefight if it can ever get done. I mean, he is now, in my estimation, a guy that deserves to be talked about when we talk about, you know, other fighters. Hey, maybe him versus Michelle Rivera, Jezreel Crowless. I mean, Williams Zepeda really impressed me last night. He really impressed me last night with the output and with the steady diet of jabs he was landing against Jojo Diaz. So you know, you can love Williams Zepeda, you can hate Williams Zepeda. Williams Zepeda is here. He has made his presence known and felt in the lightweight division, and I think he'll continue to do that as time progresses here, moving into 2023. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Zepeda's performance against Jojo Diaz, and where does Jojo go from here? Who do you guys want to see Jojo fight? Maybe he could fight, like I said, George Kambosos. Him would be a great crossroads fight. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
And I think True School Sports, he's the truth. One of the best the best.
Ooh, the number one.
Number one.
Brandon, you've been there, man, and you're building up a good following with us.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to be a part of what you're doing, too. You are spectacular. And
you know,
thank you, man. All the best to True School Boxing, and keep up the good work.